Dean VSIT, esteemed faculty members, and students, on behalf of the organizing team of today's session, Team IIC Internship. My name is Prachi Sharma, and I will be your host for today's session. Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies is making an initiative to take the lead in identifying and scouting innovative ideas and innovative minds in collaboration with Institution Innovation Council, that is IIC of MHRD Innovation Cell and AICTE. Today's session is a step towards the same cause. The speaker for today's session is Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, sir. Sir has been awarded the Innovation Ambassadors Badge after getting shortlisted and selected by IIC and AICTE among 2,260 faculties as Innovation Ambassador out of a pool of 29,000 applicants across India. Sir has numerous peer-reviewed and indexed research and book publications in the field of computer science with reputed international publishers. Today, Sir will be enriching us with an innovation and internship briefing along with a 360-degree cycle of learning for a deep understanding of innovation management during COVID outbreak. We are highly thankful to Dean Ma'am and Professor Dr. Mamta Madan Ma'am for providing us with the opportunity of conducting today's session. Well, today's session will be quite enriching and I am feeling so excited. So we will turn the time over to Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, sir, for enlightening us with his knowledge. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Prachi, for the introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I'm thankful to our respected Dean ma'am and our ISC convener ma'am, Professor Mamta Madan and Professor Supriya ma'am, for providing this opportunity of conducting this orientation session. Being a part of ISC, many students were inquiring me regarding various initiatives of MIC. So that's why we are here to in this particular orientation session. And as clear from the theme of the session, we are going to talk about innovation management during COVID outbreak, which basically comprises of 4 subsessions. First, we will talk about innovation management in the corporates and its need. And then we will talk about the innovations during COVID. And then we will talk about various ISC initiatives. And finally, we will interact with some of our intellectual student innovators. And we'll discuss with them how they have done those innovations and how they had got those laurels. So let us start. So very first question is, what exactly is innovation? So in very simple words, innovation is practical implementation of new ideas. It is required, obviously, to have new products, new services to better satisfy the need of end users. Where those products which are or services which are more reliable or which are more cost effective, that could be delivered if we think innovatively. So what should be the basis of innovation? This is the second question. How we should think about the innovative ideas. So the basis of innovation is basically disruption of the market. It should not be just based on previous experience. So I'm just taking an example to better clear my point. So communication, we all know. So these are various means to communicate, right from with starting with birds and then using all these devices, walkie-talkies, rotary phones, pager, then email and normal phones, and now we are using smartphones and smart wearables. And here is the timeline. So more or less all are solving the same purpose of communication. But given a choice, we all know that which option is the best. So if we talk about the basis of innovation, so if we just think about improving which is already existing, so somebody might be thinking, okay, during the time when these phones were very popular, these rotary telephones, okay, I will not use this dial, I will use some buttons, or I will use the colorful phone or whatever. So that is just improvement, but through that you cannot disrupt the market. If you really wish to disrupt the market, you have to think beyond it. Okay, so all of us are well aware of the Nokia example. Once it was a market leader, and now but they denied Android, and rest is the history. So there are much more case studies like this, many more case studies like this, and we will discuss all this one by one. So many students ask me, sir, what we need if we wish to innovate? Uh, Probably we need a lot of money. So answer is no. Okay, then we should have that scientific brain, or somebody like Steve Jobs. We need to be somebody like Steve Jobs. The answer is again no. So with the very first thing that we all have to keep in our mind is innovation is approachable, it's feasible, it's doable. Everyone can do it. You and I, anybody can do it. Okay, so first of all, innovation is not something that is meant only for scientists, that is meant only for PhD scholars, something not like that. Okay, so now the next question is how to get those innovative ideas. So we just need to see the problem surrounding us. Okay, so all of us have heard that line, आवश्यकता ही आविष्कार की जननी है. Avashyakta means needs, and how we identify our needs from the problems surrounding us. Okay, so whenever you want to innovate something, you have to see what is happening around you. Okay, so there are many crises that we as a country faced, and let us see past few years what all happened. 2008, when Lehman Brothers collapsed in US, then the market is shocked and there is global financial crisis. Then in 2010 to 2011, there is general slowdown in India, high inflation, high interest. Everybody is saying बहुत महंगाई, so like that. In 2013, there is rupee dollar crisis, and it is still continuing. I think you all must have heard that right now, so even Bangladeshi taka is competing with rupee. So then uncertainty of elections in 2014, who will win? Okay, then NDA came. Businesses were confused whether to invest or not. Then somewhere we heard, okay, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं, चलो let's wait. And then in 2016, we faced demonetization. In 2018, GST. In 2020, I need not to tell the problem which we are still facing. So all these are the various crises that we have faced time to time. So these are inevitable. Even our Shastra says, Padam Padam Yad Vipdam Na Tesham, Nanak Dukhya Sab Sansar. In very simple words, you cannot just avoid all these crises. You have to face each and everything like this at every step of life. So what we need to learn how to navigate, how to come out from all these issues. The next is how to manage innovation, especially in context of corporates, and what are the expectations of from new employees. So there is one thing that is called quality improvement. Everybody thinks that, okay, if I improve the quality of the product, which may be software, which may be hardware, which may be IoT, so okay, ठीक है, by quality improvement, you can survive in the market. Okay? But there is something called quality transformation, which I was just telling, that is called disruption of the market, 100% change. So through quality improvement, you can have incremental growth, but through quality transformation, you can have exponential growth, that J-shaped curve. So if you really wish to go to top, you have to start thinking in that way. But how to do that? So on the basis of innovation, there is something called research and development or department-based innovation. So whenever we usually talk about innovation, there is some picture come in our mind. Okay, few scientists are sitting in lab and they have some beakers putting chemical from one beaker to another. So this is not just the innovation. This is okay. One type of innovation is that it's department-based innovation. But in the developed world, they focus more on cultural or DNA-based innovation, which simply means that we have to put innovation in the DNA of each and every employee of each and every department. Means innovation should not be the responsibility of just an isolated department called R&D department. Okay. Now just think like an employer. If you're establishing R&D department, then definitely you need to spend, you need to give them salary. But if we think about this part, right part, the DNA based innovation, how you can promote your employees to think innovatively. You can motivate them through obviously various incentives, and as an employer, I think all can understand which one is a better option. So incentive should be given for any innovation which can reduce the cost to the company, which can increase customer satisfaction, which can increase the market growth and obviously revenue. And one more thing, incentive should be given at initiative and not just success. That we should not be so much of conditional. Okay, until unless it is not successful, we will not motivate. So for that, obviously in our organization, we need to develop blame-free culture. There should be no assumption, no judgment. Only then people can take new initiatives if we motivate them. Otherwise, if we think in any, it's not just in corporate, even if you are having small team and you are, developing some good project or some GP team, all these things are required. You have to manage the things. So in this way, you can, decrease your competition, and rather than saying decreasing competition, you would find yourself more strengthened in the market. Now, there is something called distribution network innovation. So Oppo and Vivo, everybody knows, they have not developed anything new. They have not created anything new, any new smartphone. They basically focused on distribution network innovation. They attracted dealers or intermediaries, salespeople. So all of you must have realized whenever you go to buy some phone in offline market, then salesperson like to pull you towards certain brands. सर ये ले लो ना, इसमें ज़्यादा फीचर्स हैं, देखो कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, आप क्यों जा रहे हो सैमसंग की तरफ, व्हाट इज़ द नीड टू गो बाय एप्पल, है ना. सो व्हाई? Obviously that distribution network innovation is behind. They have certain benefits. Then there is something called price responsive innovation. Xiaomi, everybody knows, they have worked on decreasing the cost of their product, delivering same thing in the minimum possible price, and that's why now Xiaomi is the, I think all of you must be aware that Xiaomi is the market leader for mid-price smartphone segment. So we normally fear from product innovation. Whenever I talk with students, they normally think, okay, until or unless we cannot, glow a bulb like Edison or fly a plane like Wright brothers, we can't be innovative. No, product innovation is not the only type of innovation. There are many types of innovation as visible on your screen. So you can follow any of these. For example, economies of scale. You can even make economies of scale your product. Many brands like Walmart, Big Bazaar, D-Mart, they follow this economies of scale. They buy in bulk at low prices and sell at low prices. So economies of scale is their product. They whatever you buy from Big Bazaar or Walmart, they are not manufacturing that. Okay, they simply have the idea that go directly approach to the manufacturer, buy in so much bulk at lowest possible cost, so that customer cannot go to the normal market. Then there is one more thing, one more example, national sentiment. Everybody knows Baba Ramdev ji, always talking about Swadeshi, Swadeshi, and main focus in on nation sentiment. Okay, we are also happy, fine, PRC is not written on the product, made in India is written, it's okay. PRC, I hope everybody knows. And then Patanjali is brand. So Babaji is always trying to prove that he's Sampoorn Swadeshi. He has partnership with BSNL. BSNL is a core Indian company. Then he was also working on Kimbo Messenger, a competitor of WhatsApp. He was trying, and recently he was in news so much while proving that yes, Swadeshi Ayurveda is better than allopathy. So national sentiment, this may be your product for innovation. Then manufacturing efficiency, 30 minutes delivery or your pizza is free. Everybody is well aware. So even McDonald's, so they are delivering you fast food in a fastest possible way. It's a different thing that will whatever it will create in your body, but yes, they have this strength and they have made this as their innovation. Then accreditation, educational institutions, even corporates, like we have an NAC, NBA, CMM levels for companies. So all these things create an entry barrier for your competitors. Okay, so you can well differentiate yourself from others. If you work on all these aspects. So these are just ideas. So it's all dependent and that in which industry you get employed or you are planning. Then Amazon case study I like. They followed sales and delivery channel innovation. I think most of you must be aware then that Amazon was an online book selling store initially. So just order book, and the idea is that people should not go to libraries or to the markets to purchase books. So you can order online, and that book would be delivered to you at your home. And the idea was very successful, so they created various product lines. Then they came out with Kindle to provide you virtual learning, and then now they have Amazon Go stores across the US. So now you need not to have credit card or debit card to purchase. Your phone is enough. You can pick whatever you want, and automatically deductions would take place. So this is what sales and delivery channel innovation. Then there was a time when we used to listen music from cassettes, CDs, and DVDs. And for instance, if you have one favorite song of an old movie, then normally we need to buy the cassette or full CD. Then Apple iTunes, they came up with revenue model innovation. They said, okay, you need not to pay for the complete CD. You want one song, okay, you pay for that. Okay. Then Spotify came. They said, okay, Apple is charging you so much of money. Okay, now you need not to pay even that. You just listen to music or watch videos, but with ads, because we also need to pay to music creator, na? Okay, then they come up with premium concept, and now they have blocked almost 25% of their users as paid users. So whomsoever wishes to pay, they can follow that premium concept. Otherwise, you can listen to music with ads. So all of them have worked on revenue model innovation. They are not creating music themselves. Somebody else is creating music. Somebody else is listening. So they have just created innovation in terms of revenue model. So the rate at which innovation is taking place. So one of my known HR, he posted this pic on LinkedIn that this is the expected job queue after a span of 20 to 30 years. The picture is with very deep meaning. If you can think that what would be the kind of competition at that level. that you have to compete with machines. In fact, even now we are competing, so it is going to increase. Okay, so this is our next session. If you have any queries, you can type in chat box. So we will take your queries at the end of the session. So next is innovations during COVID. So the next question is, what makes an innovation a great innovation? Especially in this trying times, when we are just recovering from the second wave and are fearing when the third wave can attack, and things, supplies like ventilators, concentrators, vaccines, all of these somewhere they play a very crucial role when the question is of saving a life. So in this particular section, we are going to discuss about all those great innovations that saved lot many lives during last that period of 1.5 years of COVID. So I just wish to show you this video. Voice is audible. Video voice is there.
No, sir, not as of now.
No, sir.
It is not coming, Dheeraj, sir.
Okay. Voice is not coming, no?
No. Video voice is not there.
Is it audible now?
I don't think so, Dheeraj, sir. I don't think so. It is there.
Sir, your screen is not
Sir, the
shared.
screen is not shared.
Even the screen is not there.
Don't know, it's creating little problem. Is it now sharing?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, sir.
Since the pandemic, the business has really taken off. Drone technology has been around for a while. But during the pandemic, it's starting to realise its considerable potential. With social distancing the new normal, health systems around the world are now looking at drones as a new and better way to deliver products, such as blood, cancer treatments, and vaccines.
Okay, so drone technology, it's not a new technology, but thinking in that level, that when social distancing is a norm, and when we have very small span of time to save a life, and then using this technology for that purpose is an innovation. So obviously such innovations really deserve applause.
Since the pandemic, the business has really taken off.
Okay, so through this particular innovation, I just recalled one thing, that whenever you are thinking in some innovative direction, people around you normally don't support you. I was just recalling one instance. I was reading, I think, some WhatsApp message when Wright brothers were planning to have the prototype of something that can fly like birds, that can carry supplies or passengers from one place to another. Then even their family members didn't support them. They said that this idea is not feasible. but they didn't, they kept their enthu on, and now rest is a history. So whenever you think innovatively, even whenever some innovation came into the market, came or in future whenever it will come, people have that property of inertia. Everybody of us have read about all these things in physics also, so that is also there in their brain. Fine. So similarly with this vaccines, all of us are well aware that uh, when the vaccination was just started in India, then people were so reluctant to go. They are fearing, oh, that will happen, this will happen. And now uh, everybody, I think, is well aware that it's so difficult to find slot on CoWIN, especially for 18 to 44 age group. So Bharat Biotech, I think you know that it's a complete indigenous vaccine, and this AstraZeneca, popularly known as Covishield, is totally European vaccine. Then what is happening in India in this particular duration of that COVID break? So IIT Guwahati in the initial months of 2020, when just lockdown began, nationwide lockdown began. So just right now, as government is worrying about vaccination, at that time they were worried about testing, that how we can carry out testing of such a huge population. So at that time, IIT Guwahati, they designed and developed two real-time PCR machines that can analyze more than 2,000 samples in 24 hours. I hope all of you know PCR. Anybody knows about the full form of PCR? You can type in the chat box. We'll see. Also, they designed and developed few robots to deliver foods to patients in isolation wards and to assist doctors. So just have a look of the technology. Just have a look.
To check your body temperature. Your temperature is measured as 101 degree Fahrenheit. Do you have any specific symptoms like throat pain, cough or cold?
Yes, I have cold and fever.
Okay, I have done with your screening. You will have to consult with doctor immediately. Your current details have been sent to District Health Administration. You may receive a call soon.
Okay,
To check your
such innovations, especially when our medical infrastructure is quite overloaded, this technology is assisting our frontline workers, really deserving applause. Then IIT Hyderabad, so one of the youngest IIT, not so well known like IIT Bombay and IIT Kharagpur, but Professor Ishwaran. You all know ventilators. Ventilator is a machine that assists in breathing. So Professor Ishwaran at IIT Hyderabad, he developed an alternative to ventilator, and the major strength is that a ventilator can cost you around 5 lakh, and this alternative is costing you just 5,000. So just like his name, Professor Ishwaran has created such a wonderful thing, and nearly 1/100 of the cost of the machine. So IITs are really doing great job. Similarly, we have Corona oven that was developed in IIT Roorkee. Prototype was developed in IIT Roorkee to sanitize the things. We can have just a look. Then we have IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay developed an app called Quarantine, and that can help the authority to track the coronavirus carriers and keep track that they should remain in confined zones. After then we have IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi, they developed a kit for PCR testing and named CoroSure, and this kit was approved by the ICMR and Drug Controller Journal of India. So IIT Delhi is the first academic institute who got approval of such a kit. So it's actually a big thing, because just designing and developing is one part, but if you get approval to use it on humans, then it's a big thing. And moreover, it was launched at a price of just around 400, when the actual test was costing around 4,500. So all these IITs really deserve big applause, because yes, lot many innovations like this save lives. So similarly, not just IITs, even doctors at AIIMS and they collaborated with Stanford alumnus to develop devices to disinfect larger places. So all of you must. Fine. So these were all the innovations that took place during this COVID break, and the list is not limited to these one. Obviously, it's quite huge that we obviously cannot include each and everyone here. So the next is okay, innovations are taking place, and when we are in the lockdown, somewhere some people are working 24/7 to create this innovation and to implement them. So how we can be part of those teams? How we can get support, handhold support for our innovations? So the next session is about all those things. So here we are going to discuss about IISc. So in 2018, Ministry of Education, which was earlier known as Ministry of Human Resource Development, MHRD, has established MOE's Innovation Cell, and we will be calling it as MIC. It's Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, to foster the innovation culture in higher educational institutions. And the idea is to encourage the younger brains so that they can work with new ideas and can transfer them into prototypes or startups. So what are various initiatives of MIC? We'll have just glimpse of all these. That is Institution of Innovation Council, NIC, Innovation Ambassador Training, Yukti, Kapila, Hackathon, Stoicathon, Drug Discovery Hackathon. But before we discuss about all these initiatives, it's a human psychology. We should know what are the various benefits. So whether that is student or a faculty, all these are the benefits. You can have training and exposure, you can receive funding and incubation, you can receive recognition at regional and national level, you can receive innovation ambassador badges. So all those things, and not limited to all those benefits, you can even have international exposure, because they normally send for field visits to their participants to Canada and South Korea. So I think that's a good thing that you can have. Then the very first initiative of MIC is Institution Innovation Council, which we normally call as IISc. So they started in 2018-19 with just 967 IIScs, and right now they have more than 2,500 IIScs. So there are 3 IISc calendars. In IISc 1.0, they conducted 10,000 plus activities, then 26,500 activities, and IISc 3 calendar 3.0 is right now going on, and it's obviously quite COVID affected. So even then they conducted 10,000 plus activities from Q1 to Q3. So this is the impact of IISc. These are the number of student and faculty participants that got benefited through various schemes of ISC. So now the next initiative of MIC is National Innovation Contest, which is also known as NIC. So they conducted two NICs in 2019 and 2020. So face-to-face comparison is here. You can just notice various phases from bottom to top. So in 2019, they got 4,000 ideas. On the other hand, in 2020, they got around 30,000 ideas. And while going through all those phases, they shortlisted 127 teams in 2020 and 24 teams in 2019 for funding. And fortunately, in 2020, one team from our WIPS also got shortlisted, and the team leader is here, and he will share his experience with you soon. So these are the various phases like problem identification and then prototype development. And every step you can notice that they are conducting workshops and field visits, so that all the young brains, all the participants can easily get the idea of from the experts how to move forward. Then they have Innovation Ambassador Training Program. So from all those trainings, the recently held training, total these many participants applied. Out of these many got trained, and after then they shortlisted these many, because they usually see they usually conduct some test after every session. There is some cutoff, and after then all those who register on their portal. And these are the benefits they got from in these training programs, that there is increased IP filing, improved ISC performance, and increased participation. So even they are conducting these sessions for students also, and you can subscribe to their YouTube channel, or you can be in touch with us. So if you complete their training, you will get like this from AICTE and Ministry of Education, and even you will have your public portal on MIC site. Then the next initiative of MIC is National Innovation Startup Policy, and the idea is to promote innovation and startup activities on campus. So details you can find from their website. And even in Yukti 2.0, it's quite similar to the NISP, but here they will connect you with the potential investors and trainers from outside. Now this is what they call 360-degree innovation and startup support. So here we have two cycles. One is about innovation support and another one is about startup support. So as a participant, as a student or faculty, you enter from here. So at first there is problem identity. You just go with certain ideas. Okay, I want to innovate on this thing. Okay, so they will first help you to identify the problem, whether the solution is already existing or not, through field visits, and then problem set statement, POC development, and then POC validation, then identifying the intellectual property component, prototype development. After this, you will enter into the startup cycle, where they will assist you with regional mentoring sessions, and then venture planning, then startup formation. So they will provide you all hand-holding support in terms of training, in terms of funding, and even if you fail at any step, they will try to encourage you to remodel your things and your ideas, and then you can again apply. Next is the Kapila initiative. It's a Kalam program for IP literacy and awareness. It's all about intellectual property, popularly known as patents. So there are a few interesting facts about IP. China files more than 13 lakh patents annually, whereas USA files over 6 lakhs, and India files only 46,000. And the point to be noted is that out of these 46,000, more than 65% of those Indians are actually NRIs, non-resident Indians. So we are ranked number 2 in global population index. But how many of you know our rank as a country in Global Innovation Index. Anybody having any idea? Please type in chat box if you know. What is our global rank in Innovation Index? Keeping these data in your mind. So we are at rank number 48. But one sigh of relief is that within last 6 years, we have improved from rank number 81 to 48. So a lot of patent filing is going on, and MIC and ISC is putting so much of efforts for all these things. Well, keeping all these things in mind, I also try to collaborate with innovation ambassadors of various institutes. And fortunately, our first patent got granted by the Australian government. It's about blockchain and machine learning based supply chain management system. So our next session is about student innovators. So I have spoken a lot. So let us now listen to our innovators, student innovators, what they have done and how they can, motivate our students. Is Navya is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there.
Give her presenter rights, Navya and.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Acha, all of you got presenter rights?
Yes, sir.
Navya and then.
Yes, sir. Hope so. I'm visible.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, Navya, please.
Okay, sure. So you would be sharing the screen.
Yes.
Of that thing. Yes. Okay. So firstly, good afternoon to all. Myself, Navya Khurana, and I'm currently in my last year. So as you can see on the screen, I had participated with my fellow teammates in Toykathon. So basically, what is Toykathon? Firstly, I would like to tell you. So Toykathon is an initiative under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan initiated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. So Toykathon is conceived to challenge India's innovative minds, conceptualize novel toy and games based on Bharatiya civilization, history, culture, mythology, ethos, and various supporting missions like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and stuff inculcated in a toy form to spread awareness. And basically, Toykathon is a unique opportunity granted to students, teachers, various startups, and toy experts or professionals in India to submit their innovative toys and games concept and win numerous prizes. So our team was one of them for being shortlisted for the grand finale, and the grand finale would be held around 26 June for now. So my team basically constituted of 6 members. First, myself, Navya Khurana. Second, Ayush Beher. Third, Preetam Yadav. We all were from the third year, the last year. And the rest 3, Dev Verma, Amritansh Saha, and Sagen Jirai, they are from the second year. So what we did actually was coming to that thing. So in Toykathon, our basic idea was the title of our project was Chronicles of India, that is gaining perspective about the Indian culture. So our category was digital, and right now we are working on a prototype that is a RPG game under it, and our basic category was digital, and under digital category what was the thing is we have developed this game for students who face difficulty in studying social sciences about history of India and stuff. So our game would give you a perspective actually what happened at that time, so that you can also experience the same thing. And making SST, like one of SST is like one of the language which usually children find boring, so making it more interactive and being a part of it, what could be more interactive than that, right? So that was the thing about Toykathon. I was also given an opportunity by Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra sir. So I was also given the opportunity by Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra sir under doing training under DRDO. As you all know about DRDO, DRDO is the Department of Defense Research and Development Organization. So under that, we were given an opportunity to attend training sessions for virtual reality, the most popular booming thing going on these days. So we learned about Unity was our main engine, which was used in that. And we were taught about various aspects, how a game is made better, the environment and stuff, how the objects is made using Pro Builder, how to deploy that on GitHub. So that was all thing that was included in the session, in those training sessions. And I would also like to thank Dheeraj sir for that. Rest, the Toykathon thing you can see, it is selected for the grand finale. The title was Chronicles of India, and the theme was under learning, education, and schooling. And our mentor for this was Dr. Dipali Kamthania ma'am. So that was it from my side. If you are having any queries, you can just text in the chat box and we can address it over it later. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Navya, and all the best for your grand finale.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next we have Ramit. Ramit is there?
Yes, Dheeraj sir, he must be there as a guest speaker. Yeah.
Okay. So Ramit, please, you tell about your experience with NIC.
So, good afternoon to everybody. Myself, Ramit Singh Sachar. I'm last year graduate from this college. First of all, I would like to thank Dheeraj sir and Mamta ma'am for providing this opportunity to share my experience in the field of innovation and research. I myself, as an innovator and a researcher, love to build innovative solutions that impact society. For me, innovation is an idea that has been transformed into practical reality. In WIPS, I was provided with tons of opportunities to test my limits. I would like to thank my teachers and also our technical society A that helps and supports in all possible ways. And without their guidance, it wouldn't be possible to achieve what I have achieved today. Here, I have worked on many projects such as Sign to Speech Glove under the guidance of Dipali Kamthania ma'am. It is a glove which translates sign language or the hand gestures into speech. Also developed an Alzheimer band, which under the guidance of Dr. Mamta Madan ma'am and Vani Nijhawan ma'am. This tracker band helps Alzheimer patients to stay connected with their loved ones and help them to track their location. Also, we have published a research paper on sign language recognition system with Diwali Kamthania ma'am. Also, I have also participated in various hackathons and ideathons organized by ACE Technical Society and presented one of our innovation in Google Build for India Bootcamp in 2020 in Google Gurgaon. Now, let's talk about my experience in IIC NIC contest. In IIC National Innovation Contest 2020, I'm happy to share that I am one of the finalists among 9,000 participants all over the India and eligible for startup and training funding program. I would like to thank all the WIP faculties for suggesting and guiding me to participate in this program. Participating in NIC was one of my best experience as they guided us how to convert our innovation into business and startups. It was a long 8-month journey with 3 rounds. In the first round, we have to submit our innovations and our ideas or our projects which solves a problem more innovatively and efficiently. And those who got selected go on to the second round. And in the second round, they provided us with the mentors and help us in building business models for our innovation. Also, in third round, they have provided us with the startup CEOs and incubators as our mentors, and they have guided us how to come up with the proper business plan. In this whole journey, they have provided us with the deep insights for how an innovation can be converted into business or a startup. all the finalists are now provided with the training and training for converting their innovation into startups, and also providing funding to these startups. So there were two projects which were like selected for this NIC National Innovation Contest. One of them was gone for the like final round, qualified the final round, and one of them just qualified for the third round. So let me just share these two projects.
Yes, Ramit, you can share.
So we is it visible? So, is the video visible?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the project which got to the finals, and this is the project which we have developed under the guidance of Mamta Madam ma'am and Ms. Wani ma'am. So this is an Alzheimer band we have developed, which has GPS module, and what it does is it tracks the location of the Alzheimer patients, those who are suffering from Alzheimer. So these patients have tendency to get lost their path because they do not remember their like location from the home, and sometimes they get lost. So to find these to keep a track on these patients, we have developed a device which is connected to the app and over the internet, and this helps to track the patient, and also it supports two-way communication where if the person attendee want to send a message to the patient, he could easily send, and the device gives the haptic feedback, and the message is displayed on the screen so that the patient could see the message. And also with the SOS button, if the patient presses the SOS button, the patient attendee will get a notification on their mobile app. So this innovation was selected for the finals. And this is the other innovation which unfortunately didn't go for the finals, but was selected for the third round. This is the silent speech recognition device, which is the video visible?
Yes, Ramit, visible.
Okay. So this is the silent speech
It's
recognition device.
It's folded. I think it's just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just paused, so I'm explaining and then after that I will play the video. So basically, this is the silent speech recognition device which uses a technology that can read our motions of our mouth, and without speaking, using our voice, it can like detect what we are speaking and convert that into speech. It uses using this technology, we could help people to help in speak with those who cannot, those people they do not have voice. So this technology uses electromyography technology. It's an BCI technology, brain computer interface technology. So these two were the like devices, the innovation that were selected and presented in the NIC contest. So in the end, I would like to conclude that in the end, I would like to say that think out of the box and use the knowledge which you gain and make innovations to innovative solutions different problems and try to become job givers than job seekers. So thank you.
Thanks, Ramit. It's actually inspiring for all of the participants. For Sahil Pathak is there. He was finding some difficulty in connecting. Yes, Prachi Jasmita, any idea about Sahil Pathak?
No, sir. He is not in the meeting.
No problem. So our number of students of VSIT, they have completed their internship from DRDO, and Sahil is one among them. So they have developed lot many research oriented projects, and also they have published papers as required by DRDO. And yes, it's actually whenever you go for placement drives and wherever, and if you have internship from such a reputed organization, it definitely makes you stand out of the crowd, that you can say that yes, I have work experience of working on this such a project. So this is also inspiring. Then one of our alumnus, Nikita Agarwal, she presented a paper in a conference and she got Best Research Paper Award. And how this publication helped her to get admission for her masters in a dream college. So she liked to join us, but she couldn't join, so she sent us this video. So I just
Sir, the voice is not audible.
Voice is not coming. Okay. Just a second.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nikita Agarwal and I graduated last year from this college. Firstly, I would like to thank Dheeraj sir for inviting me over and providing me with the opportunity to talk to you guys. Now, talking about how research helps in innovation, I would say that research basically helps guides numerous decisions that turn an idea into an innovation. Now, to further elaborate on that, I would say that once a person is into research and once he sees what is all there in terms of technology and what all has been already done by people in terms to help develop that technology and give to the society, it is something at a very large scale. And once you're into research, you will see that what all countermeasures people have taken and what is all already there which is existing. Now, how that helps you in developing your own research is that you'll realize that once there is something which is there on the internet or anywhere in any research area, you will see that it also has some loopholes. So once you see those loopholes, it will help you definitely come up with some ideas on how to cover them, on how to apply your innovative ideas, on how to generate the countermeasures for those loopholes that are there in the present system. And by doing your own innovation or research, you can help the society as a whole or be a part of the technological world. Now, speaking from my very own experience, I remember reaching out to Dheeraj sir and Neha ma'am, and they were very generous to me, and they did provide me with an opportunity to present my research. And I'm very glad, and I'll be forever grateful for them to give me this opportunity to present myself and test my limits. We even won Best Technical Paper Award during that research time. And that was honestly one of the best thing I could have done for me, because Now, once I see that I'm out from the college, I took admissions for my master's in Lambton College, which is in Canada, and I realized the types of assignment we get over there are purely research based. So if I haven't done anything regarding research or a review in the college during my bachelor's times, I would have been facing a lot of difficulties in my master's. So this is something which you can definitely learn from while doing a research or a review, because it really helps you guys get credit points in your CV, and once you're applying even for a job or for any university of your choice in foreign. So this is something which is extra and will definitely add into your CV or resumes. So I would say that it is a great platform that Wix is providing you guys, and I would say that please make the full use of it. Thank you.
So Nikita got admission in Lambton College of Canada, and similarly, all those who wish to go to abroad for higher studies, they can. Lot many students are coming to us for writing LORs, and they usually ask us to mention their research aptitude, their publications, and so on. So this is one thing that you have to keep in mind. So the list is not getting ended. We are short of time. Lot many students, even one of our MC student Anushka also published paper in our Scopus Index Spring conference. So thanks to all of our student innovators for sparing their time and to motivate our students. So beyond going to the session, this particular session, we have created this Google Classroom for further support and guidance for you all. So you can be in touch with us. We will also be adding, all of our student innovators and few experts also. So you can join this Google Classroom by this code, and we will be, interacting with you with various initiatives and various opportunities of IISc, MIC, and we will be sharing within the same. Okay. So that's all from my side. If you have got any queries, you can post them in the chat box. Myself and our student innovators will try to sort them out. Anybody having any queries? Okay, so in case if you have any queries, you can join that Google Classroom and we can discuss it out there, because we are now running out of time. So over to you, Prachi.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring all of us with your unbound knowledge. Thanks to all of our student intellectuals for sharing their wonderful experiences with us. It's inspiring indeed. All the best to all for your future endeavors while moving forward. I now request Professor Dr. Mamta Madan ma'am to kindly inspire the enthusiastic young minds. Please, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, Prachi. I'll just switch on my video. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I hope I am visible to you, Prachi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
fine. Good evening, everyone. I am Professor Mamta, and I have been asked to conclude the session. So, on behalf of VSIT, I would like to thank the management who have always been with us as a support. I would now like to thank Dr. Supriya Madan, the Dean VSIT, under whose guidance we are able to arrange these kinds of webinars. Ma'am has always given us that space to arrange these webinars. I would now like to thank Dr. Dheeraj, the speaker of the day, for conducting such a wonderful seminar. It was such a technical seminar, sir, and the kind of examples that you have taken was self-elaborative, and that showed that a lot of research has been done for this particular webinar. Sir has started, from defining the process of, what an innovation is and how do you actually go towards that innovation. And I just like that line he mentioned that, innovation is doable. So that gives us a lot of motivation towards it, that everyone can do it. It is not that only Steve Jobs can do that particular innovation. So sir has shown a lot of examples with respect to drone delivering the food packets, and so there is a lot of scope for innovation nowadays. So even in COVID break, we could see a lot of innovations. So coming to various students who got benefited by these schemes, a lot of students have shared their experiences. And one of the experience as shared by Ramit for Alzheimer band, right? So you've seen that he has got the finalist, and he'll be, getting a funding from AICTE, right? And that was just a mere idea that we thought after seeing the Uri movie, right? I mean, it was just an idea that clicked while we were there in the college, and we thought that fine, let's put it in the form of a device, and we never knew that this will go to such a stage. So it is a mere idea that strikes you, right? And you take some guidance from your mentors, and then you reach to the final stage. So thanks once again to Dheeraj sir for organizing such a wonderful seminar. I have been told to give you a brief on IISc as the IISc convener. Already sir has given you a lot of slides about what IISc is all about. So IISc is Institution Innovation Council, and it has many folds to it. It is basically a joint venture between Ministry of Education and AICTE. So there are a lot of areas in which IISc is working. I mean, be it entrepreneurship, innovation, like sir has touched upon one area, which is internship. Then we have IP literacy, and there are many activities for students. So you have seen Ramit, you have seen other students speaking about the same. So there are many opportunities for students in terms of hackathons. You've seen Navya talking about Toycathon, right? So they basically mentor you from starting from the project idea, and then how do you convert it to the business prototype. And then there were a lot of activities with respect to ideathons and finally startups, right? So this has all been done by IIC, right? So it is, I think, it's a great opportunity for all of you who would like to work towards it. We have a lot of student coordinators working for IIC. If you feel there are any queries, there are 3 or 4 main core coordinators. We have we have Navodita in BCA, then we have Kunal, Mohit, Ananya, and many more. So in case if you feel there are any queries with respect to IIC, you can mail it to me. My mail ID is mamta.vips@gmail.com. So you can mail it to me. We will see with what respective head you have a query, and then we would like to resolve. I am also thankful to all the faculty members of ESIT for sparing their valuable time. And last but not the least, all the students who have patiently been a good listener, and I hope it will make some sense to their life, whatever seminars we have arranged. It will be helpful in their future endeavors. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your enlightening words.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening and inspiring words. Dear participants, it's my privilege to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks for this session. On behalf of the organizing team of this session, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Professor Dr. Supriya Madan ma'am, Dean VSIT, and Professor Dr. Mamta Madan ma'am, IIC convener, for providing the opportunity to organize today's enriching and motivational orientation session. We are grateful to Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra sir for demonstrating his valuable views and orientation on innovation management during the COVID-19 pandemic, our topic for today's session. I would like to take this opportunity to record a hearty thanks to Megha ma'am and all the members of the organizing team for the excellent logistic support and guidance they have extended to all of us. We are thankful to all student innovators for motivating us by sharing their knowledge and experiences about participation and internships in innovation-driven activities. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a very motivated and dedicated team of student coordinators who are result-oriented. It isn't easy to thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to complete tasks beyond their comfort zones. Last but not the least, I would like to thank a young intellect for their patient hearing. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you very much. Lastly, I would request all the participants to please turn on their video cameras for a quick photograph session. I request all the participants to turn on their video cameras for a quick group photograph session.
All of you, please switch on your camera. It's essential for record purposes as well. Coordinators, please take screenshot. And yes, all of you, possible, please take a selfie while attending the session. You have to upload it within your feedback form. Yes, coordinators done?
Yes, thank you everyone. You may all proceed and fill out the feedback form through the link provided to you in the chat box. You're also required to upload a photograph of yours while attending the session within the feedback form. It's essential for records purposes. Please note that the participation certificate shall be sent to the email ID mentioned by you within the feedback form. Thank you everyone for being a part of the webinar, and for any queries you may please type in the chat box or please may leave the session. Thank you.
Please don't forget to fill the feedback form.
Prachi?
Yes, ma'am.
I would request you to please share the mail ID of Navodita because she's the core coordinator. So if whatever queries do come in, no, she'll be able to resolve it. Just take it from her and share it on the chat window. Navodita, are you there in the meeting?
Navodita can raise her hand.
Are you there, Navodita?
Yes, ma'am, she is there.
Yeah. Please share, Navodita, please share your mail ID so that we can have their IIC queries resolved. I'm sharing my mail ID also in case if they have any, being the convener, I'm sharing my mail ID. So if you feel there are any queries with respect to IIC, you can discuss.
We can post all these information, ma'am, in Google Classroom as well. That would be easily accessible.
Yeah. Both ways we can do it. Even we have an IIC team group also.
Okay, we will post
I'll share that link. Yeah.
So all of you, please fill the form, upload your photograph and submit it. Faculty participants are also requested to kindly fill the feedback form. Thanks to all the coordinators for such a wonderful job, and thanks to all the participants for sparing your time. All those who are done with feedback form, they can leave. Thank you, everyone. Chat box is open for all. Chat box is not open means Rohit Kumar Rai. What do you want to say? Coordinators, please assist Charlie Jain. She is not able to see the chat box. Chats here only. Dear students, all those who are not able to see the chat box, there is problem at your end because all other are typing in the chat box. Achha, I think there is some problem.
There are a lot of students who are facing problem, Dheeraj sir, regarding chat box. Yeah.
I think settings का कुछ है. एक मिनट, let me check मैम. सही कह रहे हैं. I don't know why some people are seeing but some others are not able to see. आज Teams कुछ.
Can we, Dheeraj sir, can we share it on WhatsApp group?
क्या चीज़ मैम?
ये feedback form.
हाँ क्यों नहीं. मैं अभी इनको ना मैं उस पर भेज देता हूँ, क्या कहते हैं, इनके जो रजिस्ट्रेशन किया है ना उस पर भेज दूंगा या तो इनको ना.
हाँ ऐसे कर दो. हाँ, I think that will be better. There are many messages. आप लिख दो chat box में ना that you will be sending it to their registered mail ID and they can fill within some time and they can submit it to you.
Okay.
As I am also getting a lot of messages that they are not able to see. हाँ.
Okay. Just let me check. थोड़ा सा hang हो. Coordinators, you would be getting your feedback form link on your registered mail ID. Don't worry, okay? Sahil, are you there? ठीक है, मैं भिजवा दें रजिस्टर मेल आईडी पे ना। Yes, all those of you who are not able to fill the feedback form, they would be getting it on your registered mail ID, which you have filled while submitting your registration details. Okay.